Hello. On behalf of Visible Network Labs and the University of Colorado's Center on Network Science in the School of Public Affairs, it's my pleasure to welcome you to the first inaugural Network Innovation Summit. I'm Danielle Varda, CEO at Visible Network Labs and co-director of the Center on Network Science at UCD. Dr. Robin Mobbs, my partner at CNS, the team at VNL and UCD, and I thank you for being here today and trusting us with your time as we launch together on a journey of innovation, curiosity, and experimentation. So I'm going to spend the next few minutes working to get us all on the same page about how we got here today and what we can expect for the rest of the day. The journey to today began for me many years ago after feeling the power of connected communities while an AmeriCorps member. I was determined to turn my curiosity about social connectedness into a lifelong learning pursuit. But I could never have imagined that I would one day be standing in front of this international audience as a university professor, a network scientist, technologist, and the founder of a tech startup company with this enormous privilege to join in thought leadership with all of you. You might wonder how this team got from launching and scaling Partner, the first ever CPRM, a community partner relationship management system, to today. Well, we not only build amazing technology solutions, but we work closely in partnership with communities to implement their network strategies. It has been through the work of networks in thousands, integrating Partners CPRM into dozens of organizational and community network workflows, and partnering with some of the nation's largest foundations, businesses, and government agencies that we have learned that data alone does not solve problems. That's why at VNL, our mission is to provide the best network data tracking tools in the industry, but also to deliver the most relevant and innovative content on network leadership in partnership with the Center on Network Science. While the Network Innovation Summit is in its first year, we've been curating network leadership workshops to complement the use of the Partner platform for 8 years now. We're thrilled today to host this event and share with you the chance to do something meaningful. So February 21st, 2020, that was the day when our team first asked the question, are we going to have to cancel our event? Like you, we were just in the early days of understanding what was happening. Our minds were racing with all the data and information that was beginning to mount up around us, and we had dozens of different solutions for how to handle not just this event, but work, school, families, and running our own organizations. So March 3rd, 2020, that's the day we committed to making the NIS a virtual event. We are all about innovation, experimentation, and it was exciting for us to think about what we could be, what we could do, and how far we might push these ideas of being virtually together all day. Once that decision was made, we were like a team of engineers building a rocket ship. Oh, but I should add that none of us had ever built a rocket ship before, so we had a lot of learning to do. That brings me to today, March 18th, 2020. And here we are all together. What you might not have realized quite yet is that you're now part of our team. We're all on this journey together. Together, we're going to experiment on this new platform. Hello, Lunch Pool. We are all going to have complex and rich discussions about what's going on in the world around us. And we're going to engage in a full-day design sprint to ensure that we do not waste this opportunity of harnessing the collective experience and ideas of this room of fellow innovators. So again, thank you for trusting us with your time, your energy, and your passion for systems thinking. I'm going to admit right now, we're not 100% sure how this is all going to turn out. We've spent endless hours mapping out every possibility and detail of the hours ahead of us, and yet one last internet connection might cause total confusion for a few minutes. That's all okay. as innovators, as futurists, as experimenters, we are all okay with the risk, right? So thank you for doing something new with us today. We need partners, collaborators, and the diverse thinking we get to do when we want to make big new things happen in the world. Today, you are our network of people to do just that. Today, we plan to work on something bigger than us. Today, we're going to get comfortable in this new normal and not let the pandemic that's forced us all to log in today from our kitchens, bedrooms, and home offices keep us from tackling big, wicked problems with as much velocity, vitality, and purpose as when we're all in person together. A few other thank yous are warranted. First, a huge thanks to the Robert Wood Johnson Foundation for sponsoring this event. RWJ has long been a leader in systems thinking, a constant supporter of VNL and the partner platform, and under leadership of Christy Tran are ensuring that investments in systems, cross-sector networks, and innovation like this event today are able to support a culture of health. And next, we now have lifelong friends in the Lunch Pool team. The group supporting this event and this amazing platform, Pooja, Alex, and Carol, are all here at the tech table to answer your questions and say hello. But it's also a massive network of people who are responsible for putting on this event. The teams from VNL and CNS, too many to name here, have been applying their network science mindset, tech capabilities, data smarts, facilitation, and musical skills. You will get to hear a wonderful concert pianist play later during some of our breaks to make this amazing event happen. And we have almost 40 people from across the globe in this event who have a role, either as a speaker or a table lead. And of course, all of the amazing 200 plus people who've signed up to geek out with us today on the future of networks. Like all networks, it has taken all the synergy of all these parts, people and energy to make these big things happen. So just a few more things. When we first envisioned this event, we knew we wanted to build a community of people and establish a platform to envision what the future looks like in our hyper-connected communities. When COVID-19 hit, it was clear that this conversation was needed now more than ever. In the last 8 weeks, it has felt like a lifetime has passed. And in those weeks, I have had more systems conversations with people than ever before. Almost immediately, people started to connect the dots. Even my dad was talking about systems to me. And if you're like me, I desperately long for a place, a community of people who can help me think through the consequences, the ripple effect of all that's going on. I hope that this day in this space, we can give each other that connection, the cathartic relief we all need to digest this complex situation. Networks in times of crisis have never been more relevant than today. We need each other to ground us, to push us, and to examine what has been and what is to come. So today we're focusing on some big questions that we're all ready to tackle. What are the systems impacts of COVID-19 pandemic across sectors? How do we maintain social health in a climate of self-isolation? How can we more effectively track and share critical resources and information across sectors? How can we gather accurate information, share data, and also respect privacy? And how do we address health, access, social equity, and racial divides in an interconnected society? So many other questions, but to make all of this work, we had to draw on the very network science that we use to support our own communities. At VNL, we're certain that together is better and that networks are the answer. But we also know no network can grow without a plan, without a strategy, and without data. We tell our clients, communities, and partners that they could grow a network with the more is better strategy, but it's better to grow your network with a strategic approach. While we haven't yet used our partner platform to track this networked community, we have used the principles of the partner method to plan today. You may have already seen this model of a sustainable network that the partner tool is based on. So I'm just going to walk you real quick how we applied it to this event. We started with our network mindset that we should build this community. We started to identify who else should be involved and invited them along. We worked hard to expand our reach and grow the network. But we knew that simply bringing everyone into one room for the day would not create the collaborative synergy that we desired. So here we are today at our tables using the Partner Method's recommended network approach to give people a role, help them understand when to play it, and use data, trust, and exchange of resources to leverage the new relationships to build a greater whole. So I've talked a lot about what we're going to do today. And one thing that we have done that we think is a little innovative is we've made the day a design sprint. So what is a design sprint? Now that you're here and in your subgroups at your table, we're ready to get this design sprint started. So when I first told my team that I had a vision to run the NIS as a design sprint, it took some nudging to get them on board. When we decided to do it online, I think we all hesitated a few times. But when we convinced the lunch pool team, and then our speakers, and then our table leads, and now they are all on board too. So now I'm just left with one more group to convince, and that's all of you who showed up here today. So here goes. A design sprint has these three parts: understanding, problem definition, and solutions. Our day is split into these three areas. The morning, we'll hear from a group of amazing speakers who will present a TED Talk style way to explore the future of networks, leading us through understanding around the big questions related to the future of networks, especially in times of crisis. Then we will have two panels to help us dive deep into problem definition, taking us from big picture to real life and real work. Following those panels, we will get to work at our tables. Our first exercise will be systems mapping. Your table lead will help guide you through the use of the whiteboards to connect the dots about all the people, policies, organizations, beliefs, and other factors that make up a systems problem. And after that exercise, you will want to be sure not to miss a talk by a simply extraordinary human. When I met Shreya Nalapati, she moved me in a way that I will never forget. She's a brilliant woman who looks at one of the most intractable, wicked problems we face as a society in the eye, school shootings, and is using AI and a network of other brilliant minds committed to taking it down. She is inspiring, curious, and convicted. If you are looking for motivation to accomplish the challenging things you want to do in the world, you need to hear Shreya's story. We'll end the day back at our tables to pitch our own best system solution. This pitch competition will test you to collectively lay out ideas on the table and put them back out into the world. Following the event, we will post these ideas and you can vote on them. There are prizes to be won and problems in the world to be solved. So we hope you will stay until the end of the day to complete the sprint. So following this event, there are many ways to stay connected to the army of systems thinkers ready to tackle the challenge and opportunities that the future of networks throws our way. Throughout this event and in the future, use the hashtag future of networks on your social media to bring the community together around this conversation. Join our Slack channel that you'll be invited to afterwards to continue the conversation with our attendees. We're going to publish a series of briefs highlighting these amazing solutions, and we welcome partnership in all of that. Or you could attend some of our other leadership events like the Network Leadership Training Academy, or join an online course like Designing Data-Driven Network Strategies. I hope you enjoy today and stay connected with us and each other. You can use the lounges to talk to our teams and each other. But now I'm going to pass off the mic to Lisa Van Reemdonk, who's going to cover the day's logistics. So thanks for being here, and I'll welcome Lisa up to the stage.